Wage negotiations between employer and labour union at the University of South Africa has deadlocked. This is labour unions demand an 8% wage increase, but the employer is offering a 6% increment. The strike has left over 300,000 students stranded, over 7,000 workers across the country as they have downed tools. The strike has been going on for almost 2 weeks now. The National Education, Health and Allied Workers Union, NEHAWU, says workers have rejected employers' 6% wage increase. All right, and for more now on the story, we have on the line Dr Lusani Netshitomboni. He is the Acting Director for Communications and Marketing at the University of South Africa. Good afternoon to you, Doctor. Thank you so much for joining us here on the SABC News channel. So we understand that the wage negotiations between yourselves and NEHAWU have deadlocked.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about this issue. Yes, it's true that the wage negotiations have deadlocked at this stage. But let me just also take this opportunity to correct something here. At the moment, the university has increased its offer from the original 6% to 6.3%, which at this stage has still been rejected by the unions in the university. But yes, it's true to say that the services in the institution across the country have been affected by this deadlock, and especially the registration of either the incoming students or the returning students in the institution. But what we are saying is that whilst the university is trying to work with labor to resolve the impasse, we're encouraging our students to register online so that they are not held back in terms of finalizing their registration process at this stage.
Because I wanted to ask about any perhaps contingency measures that have been put in place to ensure that over 300,000 students are registered. So you say that the only option that the university has now is for them to register online.
No, I think what I can say is that the university is targeting in excess of just over 370,000 students for this academic year. At the moment, I think by last count, last night, we were about 255,000 already registered within the university. So that is an indication of the fact that the only some glitches here and there, it's functioning properly, and that's why we encourage students to go through the system.
All right, so part of what NEHAWU says is that management cannot get big bonuses and salaries when they fail to offer employees just 8% increment.
I think the issue of, let me just also state that the issue of bonus has been thrown around, and I think we need to correct that. One, the employees are demanding a 8% plus salary increase. That is the one issue, and that is being negotiated at this stage. But the issue of bonuses, Unisa employees who qualify, obviously in line with the set criteria, they do qualify for bonuses which are paid right now in February. That is not also in contention. The university has not taken the decision to take it away, although the union is actually peddling that information, which is factually.
So are you saying that the reports that the Vice Chancellor, for example, will get 25% of the 4 million rand, that is his salary, on top of that as a bonus?
I think what I'm disputing is the fact that the university is not giving employees bonus. That is factually incorrect, because the university offers bonuses, and this month, before the end of the month, employees who qualify and meet a certain minimum criteria will get the bonus, including the striking workers. The issue of the principal and the executive management and the bonuses, obviously their salaries and bonuses are determined at council level, and those are handled at that level. And it's happening across the board. So everybody in the university who meets a set criteria do qualify for bonuses. And I think it's incorrect for labor to peddle that kind.
But from where you are as the university, do you not think that the strike could have been averted? I mean, are we starting to see a pattern now at Unisa where the employees have to go on strike for every demand that they have? Because just in October last year, they had gone on strike regarding the occupational health and safety compliance of the buildings there at the university.
I think if I were to address that one, that issue has been dealt with, and there's been an agreement in terms of dealing with OHS issues that were raised last year. But coming to this issue, but I think it's really a question of the complication of the negotiation and bargaining for salary increases I think not only at Unisa, but across the sector and I think across the country. But the university has taken the position that if you look at the declining income that comes to higher education institutions, if you look at the constrained economy, all these factors are taken into consideration when an offer of 6.3 is made, so that we do not take a populist view which gives a higher percentage, but a month or two down the line, we found that the institution cannot sustain itself, and maybe it's even forced to lay off employees. We wouldn't want to do that. We would rather give an offer which says this is reasonable, whilst at the same time ensuring the sustainability of the institution going forward.
All right. So just before I let you go, let's just recap. You say that as it is now, the university is offering employees a 6.3% salary increase. But what sense are you getting from the negotiations? Are the two parties negotiating in good faith, though?
It's very difficult to make that assessment on the part of the union, but I can speak on behalf of the university to say the university is negotiating in good faith and is committed to making sure that this impasse is resolved speedily, especially because if it is not, obviously it's going to have a negative impact on the academic year.
All right, we have to leave it at that, but thank you so much for that update. Dr. Lusani Netshitomboni is the Acting Director for Communications and Marketing at the University of South Africa. So the latest now, the offer that the university has made to employees is 6.3% salary increment, backdated to a few months. And of course, as he says now, in terms of the registration, it has been affected, of course. So the university is now calling to all students to register online instead of going to the institutions themselves.